paper written by a surgeon who looked at the blood eagle as we understand it.
Yep.
And his conclusion was, with modern tools, that's a very important precision. With modern tools and techniques, it is feasible to have carried out a blood eagle in the manner that we think it might have occurred,
right.
With and kept the person alive. Just like a couple of years ago, of course, that paper was taken by the people who want to believe that the blood eagle was a real thing. It's saying, see, it's proof. No.
Yeah.
Major caveats.
Right.
It's like a few years ago, there was another surgeon who looked at Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
And they had the testimony of the Ottoman, who was that? Mehmet the second or third. Anyway, whoever was invading. The story is Vlad impaled 3,000 of his own people in front of his castle to freak out the Ottomans. The Sultan was so shocked, he rode home to Istanbul and hid away in his palace for like 3 weeks just in horror at what he saw. And they described the wriggling bodies on top of these pikes, right? And so historians have always thought, well, that's probably an exaggeration because there's no way you could impale somebody from the back up to the front, from the back hole to the front hole. I'm trying to be PC. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, and there's no way to keep him alive. Well, a surgeon looked at that and said, actually, but again, the caveat, using modern understandings of anatomy and physiology and modern things, it is feasible to basically impale somebody in that manner and keep them alive. But could they have done it back then in the 15th century or whenever it was? Probably not.
I want to know, my first question with that kind of stuff is not actually, is it physically possible, but so how long of a time span did that happen over? Because they make it always sound like, and in one day, this dude single-handedly executed 3,000 people this way. And it's like, okay, there's only so many minutes in a day. And if I break that down to 30 seconds per person, okay, how many people does that multiply out to? It's like, okay, that's just not possible.
Well, it's not 30 seconds if you're trying to have surgical precision, right?
Right, exactly. You have to be very quick about these things. So that student that I mentioned, so he was before the article that you were talking about, because I know the one you're talking about, because my students actually do get access to that one now as well, too, because that was only a couple of years ago. And just to say medically and physiologically it's possible does not ergo translate into the Vikings actually did this thing. So, and then also, for maybe those people out there who were saying blood eagle, and they don't know what we're talking about, then it was a method of execution. You can check out the Vikings, the original Viking show from History Channel. I think it was season 2, maybe around episode 7 or something. The episode is actually titled Blood Eagle. And so you can watch in all its gruesome horror, their version of it, but torturing somebody by, basically splitting open their back. And I mean, really splitting it open, right? Like cutting the skin and then, removing or pulling apart, cutting and pulling apart the rib cage so that you can reach in, pull the lungs out, and then kind of splay them out like the wings of an eagle. And all of this supposedly happening while they are awake and, cognizant of what's happening to them.
Right.
So, and evidently it's possible, but